Hey everybody, Jenna Zwagil here. First, I just want to say I am so sorry that I'm not there in person. The goal was for me to be there for sure, but due to family circumstances, I got to be here with the kids. So thank you guys again for coming to this amazing event. I know you guys are going to have an amazing time and probably have had a blast already and are learning so much. So the topic that I want to share with you guys today and training that I want to bring to you guys today is unlock the power within. So I feel like this is definitely like an overused topic. We hear it all the time. I feel like Tony Robbins is what unleashed the power within. Mine's gonna be a little bit different here. I have a few things that I know that have absolutely changed my life, and that's really what this is about. I have gotten just amazing results, not only in the financial and business world, but also in my home life, my personal growth journey as well. And I wanted to share just a few tips that I feel like really have helped me follow my heart and my path, to success. And I want to share that with you guys today as well. Here we go. So there's 5 things that if you're writing notes, take notes. If you're not, if you're just listening, just listen and, mentally take notes. But there's 5 things that I want to share with you. Number 1 is know what the power is and where it is. So this is kind of an interesting thing. So I used to be the person at literally every MLM event, and I would be sitting in the back. I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh, this is like about church. Like I was the one that was so annoyed that every time they said, just believe it and you can do it. I was like, okay, but can you just show me how to do it? Like I was the person that I only wanted to talk about skills. Like if it's sales, then just give me like the tips on how to do sales. If it's recruiting, just teach me recruiting. Whatever the task is, like I wanted to learn how to do the task. I did not want to hear any training, anything that had to do with believe it, you can do it. I didn't want to hear any mindset training at all. This was like, I don't know, absolutely. I would literally leave the room if that's where it started to go. And for sure, if they started talking about God and, spirit, whatever, like at an MLM event, I'm out, like for sure. Like I feel like don't mix the two. Like that's where it gets a little culty. So for me, early on in my career, that was kind of how I was. Now, long story short, I didn't get results, being the person that walked out of events for sure. I didn't start getting results until I started opening my mind and agreeing maybe I should work on my mindset. Maybe I should work on, how I'm thinking about things. Maybe that is the reason why I'm stuck. And I remember just thinking like mindset is this just like extracurricular thing. You do it if you, want to, or if you are desperate or whatever. But it's really become such a catapulting factor, I feel like, in my success. So number 1, like I said, is what is the power and where is it? So being the person that never wanted to talk about this, I'm going to talk about this because I feel like it is so important. So the power basically is this. The power is the infinite energy that we have within us. Now, if you've seen something that is not alive before, roadkill, anything, like if you've seen anything that's dead, you know that there's no spirit within it. It is no longer no energy, right? It's just decomposing energy. It's not alive, right? The thing that gives us life, literally that life force, is the energy within us. Now, some people call this source, some people call it infinite intelligence, and some people call this God. Now, I'm trying my hardest not to mix these all together. However, there's literally no other way of telling you guys how to succeed with this unless we acknowledge that, right? So the God within us. Now, here's the interesting thing. In both religion and philosophy and even science, all establishes the same belief at the end of the day. And that is that amid all the mysteries, we think that, God is this external force outside of us. What we're finding is it's the power and the life force within us. That is the energy, that is the power that is within us. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an example. Like if you were in maybe a competition to pick up something insanely heavy, right? But maybe it's not. And maybe the other person has more motivation, more strength, more whatever, and they're able to lift this humongous heavy tire or whatever. But what happens if, let's say, there's somebody stuck under this tire? Then suddenly you have like Superman powers. Like you can go into this thing and you can lift it up. And then afterwards you'll be like, wow, how did I even do that? Well, it wasn't you, it was that power within you. Is you tapping into something bigger and greater than yourself that is giving you those results. So success in life and business and health and fitness and whatever is literally about learning how to tap into that power when you want to, not just when there's an emergency or when you feel like threatened or, the fight or flight, whatever kicks in. which is a lot of times when we do tap into that, but being able to tap into that right now so that you can get ultimately the results that you want. Bob Proctor, my mentor, he used to talk about how we live on 3 planes of existence. We live on the spirit, we have an intellect, and on the physical plane. So if you've ever seen somebody like walking around on their cell phone, like literally like walking around like this, if you've seen somebody like that, you know that they're physically there, but their intellect, their spirit is somewhere else. Like they are not there. They're there, but they're not there, you know? Now, if you think about anytime you recall a memory, if you're like daydreaming or thinking of something else, we used to get in trouble in school for daydreaming and whatever, but that's like that's an example of how your mind can go somewhere else than your physical being, right? And so anytime we're visualizing or using our imagination, our mind is somewhere else and we are physically still here. So there's 3 planes of existence. The one that I want to focus on is how the spirit within is what gives our body expression, our physical form expression. So that spirit that is omnipresent, it's everywhere in all places, occupying all places at the same time. That's kind of a crazy thought to think about. This magnificent spirit that encompasses all is also in us. How could it not be within us? It is also without us. This is what we are going to tap into, this power within, to really get our life going in the right direction. That's number 1. So it is within, not without. Is not, it is everywhere. So I guess it's both, but it's not something that's external. It's something within us. Our power is within us and we can control it to create what we want in our life. All right. So that's number 1. One thing I want to say before I go to number 2, though, is when we talk about spirit, intellect, and physical, your intellect, your higher mental faculties, your intellect is how you're going to tap into the spirit. Okay. How you're going to tap into this power that's locked up within us and which will bring it into the physical form. All right. Number 2, you're either in alignment with this eternal energy or you're not. Right. And so I see people post, I see people talk about it all the time. They talk about being depressed or anxious or whatever, these negative emotions and feelings, and they feel like they're trapped in them. Like I hear this so often, especially today's day and age, but really what that means is you're just not in alignment with your spirit self. You're not in alignment with your higher self. The I within. I don't mean eyeball. I mean like I am the I, that energy within. If you're not in alignment with it, then you're going to be manifesting unhappiness, being unsatisfied, depression, anxiety, all the disease, like all the negative things that can happen. We're going to be in alignment with that if we are having our emotions all over the place, right? Or just in a negative way. So the goal is to get in alignment with it. Now, sometimes we get afraid because we're like, well, what I really, really want to do is I want to be a basket weaver on top of the mountain and do yoga all day and, teach kindergarten. Like, what is your truest, like, biggest goal, your heart's desire? Like, what is that? Some of us are so afraid to even allow ourselves to think about what it is that we really, really want. I want to share something with you guys. Like, honestly, my nanny of 4 years, who's been with the kids since the beginning because we're running business and HempWorks is taking off and all this travel is happening, she retired and I was like, well, that's fine. Kids are going to school anyway. Well, I took the kids to school and realized like, I'm not really like for it right now. Like they're 3 and 4 years old. They're still young. I'm not sure that I'm super sold on sending them off to school right now. So literally I had a decision that I had to make. Either I was going to be the kids' teacher and, educator at home, or I was going to have to find somebody else. Now, that really did not make a lot of sense to me because I don't want anybody else to raise my kids. I want to do it myself. And so I was thinking about that because my goal is not to make $2 million a month and not to make 5 million or 20 or whatever. All that's cool and great. And that was a goal of mine for a very long time until I achieved that goal. But my goal ahead of that was, or beyond that, I should say, was to raise my children. I mean, that's really why I got into network marketing to begin with. I wanted more time with my kids. I wanted them to be able to be there for the big things and for the little things. I wanted to be able to create home cooked meals and homestead and create like a farm that my kids can learn on. But that's like life skills, like that's something that I really feel really passionate about that I wanted to do. And so for me to be in alignment with that, that's my spirit saying, this is what we really want to do. It took a lot of guts, I feel like, on my part to say, it's okay to honor that. It's okay to honor that spirit within. So some of us are setting these astronomical goals and we're feeling like, I'm not motivated enough to go get it, but maybe it's not what you really, really want. Maybe you have to think about what it is that you really, really want, because when you know what it is that you really, really want, you're going to be so full of energy, so fired up every single day. You're going to wake up and hit the ground running. You're going to be so excited to work towards achieving that goal, right? Break it down. Like, it's not just a money thing. What are you going to do with the money once you have it? Like for me, I'm setting a goal. Like, I want a greenhouse. I have one in the ranch, but I want one in my house here. And so I have to set a money goal to that, because it costs money to buy a greenhouse or to build one, materials and things like that. So that is what I really, really want. My heart, my mind, that's on my vision board, right? So I want you guys to really challenge yourself and really think super, super duper clear on what it is you really, really want. It doesn't have to make sense to your brain right away. It just has to make sense to your heart. Your brain is going to make sense of it as you move towards it, as you move into manifesting that goal. So it's having brain and heart coherence, right? Now, our brain does a lot of funny things, tries to talk us out of our goals. It tries to distract us. It tries to give us logic over our emotions, which is sometimes not a great thing. It's saying, maybe I'll just be, a garbage man because maybe it's easier work. I don't think it is, or maybe I'll just settle for, whatever. Nothing wrong with being a garbage man. I'm just saying that's not my dream job and I wouldn't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't settle for doing something just for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have your brain and your heart coherence on that, on your goal. And again, being out of alignment leads to all kinds of negative things in your life. So it's so important to be tapped in and understand what it is that you really want. All right. So that's number 2. Number 2 is you're either in alignment with this energy or you're not. So think about when you're setting your goals. I want to be a super affiliate. Why do you want to be a super affiliate? What do you really want to accomplish? Don't just say you want to help people. Everybody says that. How are you going to help people? Like, write it down. Are you going to volunteer more time because you'll have more time freedom? Are you going to, I don't know, take your kids to Disney World? I don't know. Are you going to go on a trip of a lifetime to Italy? Are you going to, I have no idea, but you guys fill in the blanks. Like, what are you going to do once you hit that rank, once you hit that income goal, and ultimately set a 5-year, a 10-year vision on what your life looks like, because you can start right now to start building the life that you really desire. All right. So number 1, what is the power? The power within us is the God within us. It is the life force. It's the energy. It's where we get all of our energy from. It's what we can bottle up and expel from us. It's our energy that we can take into whatever we want to create. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you're either in alignment or you're not. And number 3 is, why do I do the things I don't want to do? This is why do we get stuck? So in the Bible, Romans, I know I'm bringing you guys Bible and God, all kinds of stuff today. I know, it's just, I have to do it. So you guys have to just deal with it. All right. So Romans 7:15 says, why do I do the things that I don't want to do? For I know I shouldn't do them, but I'm doing them anyway. It's not me. It's sin living within me. So what does that verse really, really mean? Like, let's think about that for a second. Now, I'm not, like, I read a lot of different books. I don't read just one. I read a lot of different things. I study a lot of different, authors and thought leaders and things like that. So this is what the Bible is saying in this. It says, not I, but the flesh. I, there we go with the I again, the I, the spirit. It's not the spirit. It is my flesh. What does that mean, my flesh? It's not just saying your ego, although it could be indicating that. It's really what it's saying is your subconscious programming. Your flesh is your subconscious programming. It's your bad habits. It's your negative thinking. It's that is what is holding you back, right? It's the way you're thinking about stuff. It's the way that you're continuing on with bad habits. It's the programming within. It's your programming that you have to take control of, to rewrite. So why do I not do the things I want to do? And why do I do things I don't want to do? Because of our habits. Our habits are so important. This is where our subconscious programming is. Every day when we move into a routine, it's based on our habits. We have to look at that, and we want to take only 2 habits at a time. Okay, I think this is so important. When we're changing our habits, we got to look at 2 of them at a time. If you have a fitness goal, great, or health, and then you have something for maybe your financial goals or your career goals, right? So pick 2 habits. You don't want to take like 20 habits at once. You'll make yourself crazy. You'll end up quitting. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to start out slow. But why do we do the things we don't want to do? It's because of our subconscious programming. So you have to start to think about that and become aware of it. Because as you're saying, I don't really want to eat this ice cream, but I want to eat this ice cream. Like you're like, am I in alignment with this energy? Maybe so. You're maybe talking yourself out of your goals. If your goal is that I want to be ripped, ice cream doesn't support being that. Only maybe on a cheat day or once in a while, but it can't be a thing that you're always doing, right? So we have to start looking at our habits. Why do I reach for ice cream when I'm stressed out? Or why do I shut down when I get rejected from calling a lead? Like, why do these things happen? You have to start thinking about the habits that are in the way that are making us stuck. So that's number 3. Number 4 is a very, very big one. So I'm going to take my time on this one. But number 4 is how to build willpower. So it starts with this. Like I said, we're going to take 2 habits at a time. But the first habit that I want you to put into action starting today is the daily affirmation that I am what I will to be. I am what I will to be. So people think that you either have willpower or you don't. The truth is everybody has it, but it's a muscle. You have to exercise, right? It's something that you have to practice. It's repetition. It's doing it every single day, whether you want to or not, right? It's either that, but through repetition, or you have an outside emotional event. That's the only way to change the subconscious programming and to also build willpower. So willpower is an exercise, or it's a muscle that we have to exercise. If you're not exercising willpower on a daily basis, then it's going to get weak. Atrophy is going to set in, and you're going to say, I just have no willpower. I can't do it. Meh. Right? I was going to go to the gym, but I can't because it's too hard. Or I can't call all these leads because just can't, because it's just, I don't want to be rejected, or I don't want it that bad, right? We have all these excuses that set in. So how to build willpower is to start with something really, really small. So we set these like massive goals, because I know we talk about C-type goals. So then people go, I want to be a master affiliate by tomorrow. Well, we set these huge goals, and I think it's amazing to have a big goal, but you have to break it into very small goals on the way there, right? So we only want to tackle the little baby goals on our way to our big goal. So if your C-type goal is to be a super affiliate, master affiliate, or whatever per month, $10,000, $20,000 per month, whatever that looks like for you, maybe you want to do something completely else with your life, but you're here, so you're going to learn how to build a business because you have other goals that you want to tackle. You have to start with something really, really small. So I'm going to use a couple examples. Number 1, fitness. That's such an easy analogy to use. So maybe instead of challenging yourself to go to the gym every single day, which a lot of people struggle with, maybe just challenge yourself to walk around the block every single day. Maybe just say, I'm just going to make 2 laps around my neighborhood every single day, whether it's raining, shining, snow, whatever. Like, I'm going to make a decision and I'm going to walk around the block every single day. When that becomes too easy, after we do this a few times, then you're going to jog, right? And then when that's too easy, we're going to run. And when that's too easy, we're going to do push-ups at every stop sign, right? And then when that becomes too easy, maybe we're going to add in some weights, or now we're going to go to the gym every single day because that whole routine is just too easy now. And we've stuck with it. It's programmed. It's in there. We do it every single day. It's part of life. You are the type of person now that does this. You are fit. You are lean, mean, walking machine, right? So that's fitness. But how do you do this in business? So in business, you can say, I want to be, 50K affiliate. So I need 51Ks, or I need 225Ks. We look at how to break apart this goal, right? But sometimes that freaks people out because they're like, okay, like I have 300 points in my account and I have to go get 50,000. Like just go do it, right? So sometimes that can be daunting, especially when you're just getting started. So start out something really, really small, right? Like just start a conversation with a new person every single day. You can do that. Anybody can do that. And then add it to your list. Don't just have random conversations, keep track of your conversations and where it's going. If you're a farmer and you're planting seeds, you're going to keep track of when it's time to water, when it's time to add, more fertilizer, when it's time to open up the, shades for more sun or whatever, right? So you're going to think about all those things as you're developing relationships with people. Maybe your next goal after you do that, okay, that's easy. I can start a new conversation every day and add a new person to my list every single day. So as you're nurturing these relationships through all these conversations you're having, which is great, habit to build for network marketing. Now you're going to go one step further. You're going to invite 5 people every single week to the weekly live presentation every Thursday. So now we're going to talk to one new person a day, and we're going to invite 5 people to the opportunity presentation every single week. That's it. Not going to think about volume over here. Not going to think about all this other stuff. Super affiliate is my end goal, master affiliate, but every single day, those are the 2 things we're going to do. And then when 5 is too easy, we're going to say 10 people. We're going to invite 20 people every single week. When that's too easy, we're going to invite 100 every single week. And as that starts to happen and you start to master that, feeling of persistence, that habit of persistence, it's going to get easier and easier because you're getting stronger. You're building that muscle within that habit. You're building that within you for your business. Does that make sense? So start with something really small. How you build willpower is you start it with something you can control. And then you just go a little bit more from there. Don't start with 400-pound weights if you've never worked out a day in your life. Start out with the 5s, move to the 10s, and go from there. If you've never done network marketing before and your goal is to be a super or master affiliate, fantastic, have that goal, but let's hit 1K first. Let's do that. Then let's go to 5K and let's build our way up from there. All right. Now, one thing I want to say is this. Before I move on, 3rd thing is thinking. So thinking is a habit, right? So negative or positive thinking is a habit. So if you find yourself, you're negatively thinking a lot, then you need to put something in place where you're going to pivot. So you're going to be aware and acknowledge the negative emotion or thought that you're having, and then you're going to let it pass, right? You're going to say, great. However, I'm staying focused and I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't have room for that in my life right now. So I'm going to have to pivot and do something that's going to get me in a higher, better feeling and better thoughts, right? So one thing you could do is you could write down the opposite of what you're thinking, right? So I'm thinking that I'm going to quit because XYZ. Or I'm thinking because I'm going to, not call anybody today. I'll write the opposite down until it feels better, until you feel like you're in a better vibration. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say is this. There's going to be disciplined days. Okay. Not every day you're going to wake up like, yeah, I'm so fired up, ready to go. Now, unless you're taking them snap products, you'll be fired up every day. You just take 1 snap a day, good to go. But for those of you who are not taking snaps right now, those snap surge products, then you're going to have some disciplined days. All right, for sure. Disciplined days is when you acknowledge that you feel like you don't want to do it, but you're going to do it anyway. That's a disciplined day. So when you show up every single day and you're in front of your computer, getting ready to call leads or whatever it is you're going to do, getting ready to walk around the block, it's raining, it's a hailstorm. I don't know. Don't go out in the lightning. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a disciplined day. You don't feel like it, but you're going to do it anyway. And that's the thing. You can acknowledge, I don't feel like doing this today. Today, I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like calling leads today. I don't feel like talking to, calling my team today. I don't feel like that, but I'm going to just do it anyway. I'm going to acknowledge it and do it anyway. All right. Lastly, for this topic here, for number 4, we're going to eliminate excuses. So just like how we acknowledge how we don't want to do it, right, on our discipline days, we're going to acknowledge our excuses. So I had an excuse. So here was my excuse. So when I had childcare, I would go to the gym every single day and I would be in my gym class. I don't have to think about it. I'm just in there lifting weights, doing my thing, rocking it out. Makes it so much easier to stick to the habit of working out when I can go to a class mentally, just check out, follow the rules and get out of there. Right. That's my mode of exercise. Well, my excuse that popped up was you don't have childcare now. So you can't go to your class now. So you can't work out now. I guess we're just not working out because can't get to the gym because you have a lot of kids at home. That was my first excuse. And then, so for like 2 days, I didn't work out. And I was thinking, am I going to just like give up because of my kids? Like my excuse is my kids. I have kids, so I can't work out. No, like I'm not going to accept that. So I caught it, right? My best way to deal with excuses, catch and release. So you're going to catch that excuse. You're going to say, okay, I caught you. I see you. I see you excuse. You're saying that I can't work out because I have kids. Right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to catch it, release it. We're going to build a gym in the barn or whatever. We're going to put weights out there. We're going to blast some music. We're going to take our snaps. We're going to complete the workout, shower, call it a day. We can do it all at home. Kids can run around in the backyard at the same time. They can work out with me. Catch and release. So you're going to eliminate excuses. So when the day comes when you're like, you know what? I don't want to have a new conversation today. I don't want to go live today. I don't want to invite anybody to the presentation today because I have to do XYZ, or because I have to do this, or because I don't have time, or because I don't have money, or because I don't have this, right? We're going to eliminate those excuses, catch and release, and find a way around. Because if other people are doing it, that means you can do it too. Like if other people are working out and they have kids, you can do it too. If other people are becoming super affiliates and they have kids, or becoming super affiliates and they have debt or whatever is going on in their life, like then you can do it too, right? So if it's already happening, then you can do it too. All right, so that's that. Number 5, and I'm going to wrap up with this one. Decide and visualize. All right. Decide and visualize. So here's the deal. Like, don't start and stop things. Like, just like, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. Be all in or be all out, right? Don't start something unless you intend to finish it. Because if you are starting and stopping things, you're just building a habit of failure, plain and simple. If you're going to do this business and you're going to build this business to a certain income level that you feel comfortable before you do other things, then just decide that you're going to do that and make that a decision. And you're going to replace the habit of failure, which is starting and stopping things and starting and abandoning things, with the habit of persistence. You're going to find a way around. And you're going to, when you decide to do it, like you're going to follow through no matter what happens. It doesn't matter if the heavens fall out of the sky. Like it doesn't matter if Armageddon's coming. It doesn't matter if there's a zombie apocalypse. It doesn't matter who gets elected president. It doesn't matter what virus is launched on us next. It doesn't matter. Like all that, nothing matters. Like the only thing that matters is you're going to conquer your goal and nothing's going to stop you. Nothing. Like you owe it to yourself. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of our own goals. We talk ourselves out of what we really want because we just think that we're not worth having it. Like for a long time, it was me putting everybody else first. And then when I decided to start working out, it was I'm putting me first. And so you got to put you first. You got to put your goals first. If you're going to build this business and you're going to get to super master, you're going to get to 50K, 100K, whatever affiliate you want to get to, whatever income level you want to get to, or whatever results or health results or whatever it is you want in your life, you're going to decide I'm going to do it and nothing's going to stop. Like nothing. I'm not quitting. I'm going to have days that suck for sure. Like I'm going to have a lot of money some months and no money some months. I understand the process is stressful sometimes. I understand that it's going to take everything that I've got. I understand that, but I'm going to do it anyway. You make the decision and you follow through, and that's it. Like your mind's made up. You don't have to think about it ever again because it's already been decided. The thing that takes a long time is getting to the decision. Decisions are very fast. Decisions can happen just like that. Don't think that it's going to take a long time to make the decision. You can make the decision this weekend. You can make the decision right now. I'm going to build this business come hell or high water. It's happening. I'm going to succeed at it. I'm going to rock it out. I'm going to get hit upside the head with rejection sometimes. My team's going to quit sometimes. All the bad stuff could happen to me, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to just keep crushing it no matter what and show up every single day. So that's that. So we're going to make that decision. Need to kill off all other options. All the other options, I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to put my blinders on. I'm going to work. I'm not entertaining anything else. I don't want to hear nobody's negativity. And that's that, right? I'm not going to listen to my own negativity. I'm not going to listen to the complaints on my team. I'm not going to listen to what, customer service reports or warehousing report. I'm not going to listen to all of that. I'm going to stay focused, build my check, and I'm going to conquer my goal. That's it. So we're going to decide. Secondly, we're going to visualize. We're going to visualize. Okay, this is so important because some of us get into like hyper action mode. Like we get excited. We have like a new energy. We're going to build our business. We're going to really do it this time. And we feel like it. So it's great. And then we go into this like overwork mode until you get to burnout. We go to overactivity mode, over overwork mode where we're just action, 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 action. And we're not even thinking about what we're doing. We're just desperately going through the motions because we think if we can just hustle our way through it and muscle our way through it, that it's going to get here faster. But the truth is you have to force yourself to relax. You have to force yourself to relax because here's the deal. You want to seek the silence frequently. Seek the silence frequently because in the silence, we are still. And when we're still, we can think. And thought is the secret of all attainment. So if you don't make the time out of your day to think, I mean, about nothing else but just what it is you want to bring into this world, right? What do you want to bring into the physical? What power you have to tap into within yourself to bring it into your physical material existence. You have to take the time to think about it, right? That's so, so important. Not overactivity, not overwork. It's about harmony. It's about alignment. It's about getting in touch with it and getting in tune with it. It's about becoming our best self. Because if we get into overactivity, overwork, action, action, action mode, guess what? Your mental faculties are going to wither away because you're not using them. This is how you use them. This is how you strengthen them. You don't want to be in a place where you're overworked and stagnant. You're not getting the results because you're not taking the time to align and center. So that's so important. Okay. So that's the last thing. And then I just want to share one thing with you guys and I'm out of here. Right. But this is so important. I want to share this with you guys real quick. It's not that long. But when I read it, I thought I have to share this with you guys. All right. So this is from the Master Key. I'm reading this right now. I'm reading it very slow. It is very dense book full of lots of goodies. If you don't have it yet, go get it. It's by Charles Hannell. This is one of the authors Bob Proctor studied. So that's why I'm studying it. All right. So I'm just going to read this for you guys real quick. And then I'm going to call it a day. All right. What is thought? Thought is spiritual energy. How is it carried? By the law of vibration. How is it given vitality? By the law of love. How does it take form? By the law of growth. What is the secret of its creative power? It is a spiritual activity. How may we develop the faith, courage, and enthusiasm which will result in accomplishment? By a recognition of our spiritual nature. What is the secret of power? Service. Why is this so? Because we get what we give. What is the silence? A physical stillness. Of what value is it? It is the first step to self-control and self-mastery. So never underestimate your thoughts. Never underestimate the power of your emotions and their ability to help control and change what's in your subconscious programming. When you can dive deep into that, you can literally go in there and reset the code and build the new habits and the new self that you really, really want. So don't be afraid to go after it. Don't be afraid to make the decision this weekend that you are going to hit X rank, that you are going to hit X income goal, because you're going to do XYZ to bring about the results that you want in your life, and you're not going to give up until you get there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm so sorry I wasn't there in person, but hopefully you got something out of this quick training, and I will see you guys at convention. Bye guys.